Handheld gaming PCs, they're like kind of all the rage right now, I think. I mean, I love the Steam Deck. This thing is absolutely amazing. I do have, my gripes with certain things. The screen quality isn't the best, but it gets the job done at a reasonable price, in my opinion. For the power behind this thing, all the different games you can run on it, the Steam Deck operating system, I really enjoy what they put together here. But the market, there's a lot of other options out there, right? This right here is the OneXPlayer 2, recently released. Got my hands on one to mess around with, and it's kind of growing on me. The price isn't, to be honest with you. The price is definitely not growing on me, what they want for these things, but the power is there. These things are ridiculous. This one right here, man, it's very nicely built, in my opinion. Harman audio, comes with DDR5 RAM. This screen is ridiculous. It just flipped. Oh my God. This screen is ridiculous though. We've got a 2.5K screen. It's an 8.4 inch display, 350 nits. I think it looks great. I really dig this screen. And the power behind it, we have an AMD Ryzen 6800U, Zen 3 Plus architecture, RDNA 2 graphics. This thing is a little beast. I mean, it's kind of a chunky boy though. I mean, comparing it to the Steam Deck, it is quite a bit fatter. I'm not trying to body shame this thing, but it is what it is. It's a big boy. It's a chunk. It's a chunk here, right? And the one interesting thing, and I wish, for the price they charge for this damn thing, I wish they would send you like the other accessories along with it, right? Like, this is not a Nintendo Switch. I mean, if you're crazy about it, maybe it could be, I guess, but you got these detachable Joy-Con like things that are very hollow feeling, but when they're attached, they actually feel really good, in my opinion. They got some butt cheeks on the back. Everything feels good. I mean, they're nice controllers, but the one thing I wish is like, because they sell accessories, and I get it. You gotta make that money. You gotta make that money, but like the keyboard that they sell, I kind of wish that came with it. Like, that would be nice. And I just totally jacked everything up. What the hell's going on here? Oh, there we go. Got back into it. But performance-wise, like, I've got Cyberpunk running on this. I've kind of manipulated the settings slightly. Some medium to low graphics settings. I have it at 1280 by 800 resolution, full screen, and it's playing okay for what we got here. Sure, you could probably play around with it quite a bit more, but the interesting thing, I'm going to exit this game, is I do wish that the operating system here, like, we have Windows 11, fine, that's great. There's a lot of pros to having Windows 11 on a handheld like this. But at the same time, it's like Windows 11's not really made for handhelds like this. I've heard some rumors and some images and whatnot and some leaks that Microsoft is working on like a handheld version, gaming version of Windows 11 for, handhelds like this. That could be cool. Of course, you could put SteamOS on here or a Hollow ISO to get that Steam Deck, type of setup there if you want. But, you do have a few buttons up here. My gripe with this is like on-screen keyboard. I freaking hate it. I really don't like it. I mean, it's touchscreen. You got a lot going on here, and it works okay, but it just doesn't feel as fluid or as nice as the on-screen keyboard from the Steam Deck. But even with that, it's kind of a pain in the ass to use. So I was saying, I kind of wish they would have included, when you buy one of these, the keyboard attachment. But you also have this button up here, Turbo. Bring that up. It's the OneXPlayer settings. So you could go ahead and swap around performance. I have it at 28 watts right now, which kind of helps with some things, but then you're going to, lose that battery quicker. A lot of different options you have down here. You could change the resolution of the screen, move that down, vibration settings, fan speed. You can move that up and down. There's a lot of little options there. Get out of that, and you're good, right? So really cool little handheld. I mean, it's not little. Got to get off of that. It's not little. There are some other little like hotkeys here. Like you can hold that button down to turn off the lighting if it seems a little obnoxious to you. I believe this one, if you hold it for a couple seconds, it turns the joysticks into mouse mode. So that can come in handy. That works decently well. You can turn that off by holding it for a couple seconds again, and it flashed, and we're back out of that. You know, with the Steam Deck, I really enjoy it. I understand this is a more powerful device, but you're also spending like $500 more for it, essentially, as far as like the high end of this. And some people, like, they don't care about these trackpads, but I really enjoy them. I use them all the time. They feel great, especially if I want to use it as D-pad instead of the D-pad up here. It's, you know, Steam Deck's a little cramped with the analogs and the buttons right next to it. I think the OneXPlayer 2 does a better job with placement on there. It's comfortable. Both devices are comfortable. So a little change of camera and microphone to wrap this video up. Essentially, this is like a first impressions, thoughts video on the OneXPlayer 2. But yeah, I'll be doing more videos, testing things, especially, you know, this thing should be an emulation powerhouse. But I just wanted to mess around with it a bit, share my thoughts with you guys. As, you know, I don't have every handheld that comes out, but I've had the Valve Steam Deck for quite a while. And it's a device that I've used a lot and I really enjoy it. And I feel like, which would I choose? Like, if I had to do it all over again, would I go for the more powerful OneXPlayer 2? Or would I stick with the Valve Steam Deck? Now, straight out of the box, I mean, yeah, this is more powerful. I get it. But if you're not somebody who wants to tinker around, I feel like the user experience with the Steam Deck is just, it's fairly top notch. I do have some issues here and there. I've discussed that in other videos. Don't want to retread all that stuff. But the user experience and them continually issuing updates to the device, I think is great for somebody who just wants to get a handheld PC and play some games. And if you have a Steam library, you know, that's even better, right? A lot of games run exceptionally well on the Steam Deck. And at that $400 to $600 price point, for one of these, you're sitting at between almost $1,200 for the 16 gigabyte RAM with 512 SSD for storage. That, you know, $1,150 there, up to the 32 gigabyte RAM with 2 terabytes storage for $1,500. You know, you're double, triple, if not more, to get one of these versus the different options of the Steam Deck. And I mean, the Steam Deck just, it does what I like. This thing here, like I said, sure, you could buy, you know, a keyboard, you could buy all that stuff if you want. But the user experience out of the box with this thing, it's a Windows 11 PC. It's not really unique in any other regard. You know, this market's getting a little competitive. I'm waiting for the Ally from Asus. That's going to be interesting, especially if the price leaks are true for the power behind this thing. But either way, for any of these PC handhelds that are coming out or are currently out, the biggest thing that's going to really benefit them, in my opinion, is Windows 11 having that handheld mode. But like I said, you know, it's not going to be for everyone, this device, the Steam Deck, or the OneXPlayer 2. But if I had to choose, I would just stick with the Steam Deck. That's where I'm at. Curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Just a little first impressions thoughts video. We'll be doing more. Let me know your suggestions down below on, you know, what you'd like to see me to test. Appreciate y'all. Bye.